Hey crafters, this is Nye here. So today what we are going to assemble is our Santa's Clothesline Christmas card. Now, as you can see, I've got all of my pieces here cut out and kind of stacked up and lined up in the order for gluing. I'm going to be using my art glitter glue for all of my gluing, and I've also got my bone folder handy to kind of help me to make sure that my score lines are on target. All right, so what I'm going to do though is I'm going to grab my pieces here that I do have lined up, and I'm just going to put these off to the side, and I'm going to focus here on the base of the card. I've got my envelope too. I'm going to put that off to the side as well, and I'm going to focus here on my base of the card. And so what you can see is I've got my writing here on this part, and I've also got my score line here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold right on that score line, and I'm just going to use my fingers, and then I'm going to use my bone folder and make sure that score line is sharp and crisp, okay? And so you can kind of go both ways with it. I've got a lot of glue here on my table, and I'm going to go ahead and just kind of go both ways. All right. So when we're going to add kind of the front decorative part of the card, what we want to do is make sure that's on the outside while our greeting is on the inside. Okay. So you can see once you fold it, you can determine which side is going to be the outside and then which part is the inside. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it up so that way I've got my inside face down on my table so I can focus on the outside. And I'm going to grab my pieces here, and to start, I'm going to begin just to glue these down. So I'm going to grab my art glitter glue, and I'm going to add glue now to the back of this kind of base part of my card. I'm going to be generous in adding it down. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to grab my base, and I'm going to just line this up right to the edge, so that way it completely fits it, okay? You'll see that it is a perfect fit. You know, kind of press it down, make sure that it's good and adhered there. You can use any pattern cardstock that you want to kind of create this backing to the card. If you wanted to as well, you could use a pattern cardstock just for your card itself, so that way the entire back or the entire outside part of the card has a pattern to it and the inside is white. Most cardstock is not double-sided, so you would be able to get away with doing something like that. You just have to make sure that you get it lined up correctly when you are cutting it on your mat, so that way you're writing on the inside and your pattern is towards the back. So that would probably mean that when you go to cut it, your pattern would be the part that actually sticks to your mat. Okay, that was a lot, total sidebar there, but if that's something that you wanted to do, you know, that's always an option as well. All right, so I'm gonna grab his clothesline here and just kind of bring this up a little bit to pull it off there. And the next part that I'm going to do is this kind of other piece that's going to be the insert, or kind of like the inside piece to showcase off more of the clothesline design there. Okay, so I just added glue to the back of that. And when you go to put this one down, you want to just kind of eyeball it where the center is going to be here. All right. So that looks pretty good. When you're ready to kind of like press it down and you're satisfied with it, that's when you want to go ahead and press it down and make sure that it's secure. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do this piece as well. And I'm just going to add glue now to the back of the writing here. And then I'm going to press this one. Again, just kind of eyeballing where it's going to line up on this piece here. All right, and that looks pretty good. So it was funny, when I was designing this one, I had designed it back in October because I made a card that was very similar for Halloween. And as soon as I designed my Halloween one, I thought, oh, we gotta have one for Christmas too. All right, so when you go to put this one down, you wanna kind of add it into the corner there towards the bottom. And then again, just kind of make sure that, you know, you're not too far up or too far down. All right, so now let's work on the clothesline. We've got this part here, and then we've got the belt and the buckle. So I'm gonna take these and just kind of put them off there, and we're gonna start at the back and work our way to the top. All right, so I have all of these side pieces too. This one is the cuffs for his jacket, and then this one's the cuffs for the pants there. All right, so what we are going to do is we're going to put this black back piece down, and we're going to add glue to the white. And when you're adding glue, this is where it's going to be a little time consuming, because you really want to make sure you're getting glue everywhere so that no part of this sticks up at all. So you want to just add your glue everywhere, kind of take your time. You don't need a lot because a little bit is going to go a long way here, but you do want to make sure that you're getting it everywhere because you don't want any part of it to snag, especially when like you go to put it away or when whoever you gift it to goes to put it away. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hold this center piece here in my hand, and then I'm going to line it up. And so you have to work quickly with this one before your glue dries, or you're going to end up with it stuck and then it's going to be off, and you don't want that to happen. All right, so we've got that one there and that looks really good. Okay, next we're going to do the red layer. And again, we're going to add glue here. And when you're working with the socks, or I guess they would be socks, or maybe like long johns underneath there or something, you want to make sure that you're not going crazy with the amount of glue, but you also want to make sure that you're adding a good bit there. All right, so I'm going to add glue to this, just making sure that I'm getting his overalls, and then the top part here of his boots. I'm going to add a little bit more because that looks started dry. And then I'm going to just grab it there. I'm getting a lot of glue on my fingers, but that's okay. And then I'm going to start here in the center and just kind of using my fingers to make sure that it's all lining up. And once you get one part lined up, the rest will usually follow pretty easily. You might just have to slide things just a little bit there. All right, that looks good. And then we're ready for this part here, which is just going to be giving you a lot of the trim to his jacket there. All right, so again, I'm just making sure that I'm getting the glue here onto the line itself, as well as a couple extra pieces here. And then we're going to, again, start with the center. I just got a lot of glue on my finger there because it shifted. And then, there we go. All right, so we're almost done. We've got this part there, and now it's really just the part with the clothespins that are black. And if you want, you could use your tweezers if that makes it easier for you to hold. I'm just adding a little bit of glue. Don't have to, again, go crazy, but you do want to make sure that you're getting it everywhere. Otherwise, it won't line up. Or it might snag on you, I should say. Okay, and then once you have it, then just press everything down and you'll be good to go. All right, so before we do the final bits here, we're just going to go ahead and add this part into the card itself. Okay, so once you have that done, you're just going to add the glue, like I said, making sure again that you're getting everywhere. And then you can kind of decide where the center of your clothesline and your card is going to be. So I'm going to go with this one right there. And once you have it, then just press everything down and you'll be good. I probably could have gone up a little bit higher because his pant leg is right there, but that's okay. It'll be good enough for now. I'm going to add a little bit of glue right here to the pant cuff. And then I'm going to use my pin here that I used to clog my glue, and I'm just going to grab the cuff there and place it down. And again, just place it down there. I'm going to do the same thing here with his cuff to the band, and then I'm going to do the same thing with the belt as well. So I'm going to grab a cuff for the jacket there. Again, just placing it down right there. And yikes, that got stuck. All right, and then just pressing it there. And I'm going to do the same thing with the band. And then when you go to add the buckle, you can just add a little bit of glue right there around the edges. Again, a little bit of glue is going to go a long way. I'm going to grab my tweezers here for the buckle because that part's really delicate. And then just press it down. Okay. And then once you have it, you've really created your card and it already looks super cute. All right, so let's do our envelope. The envelope's very simple. Again, you've got your score lines here and all you're going to do is fold right along those score lines. Just making sure that you use your bone folder as well to make sure that those lines are crisp. And once you've got it down, I've got lots of like flakes of glue here. Once you've got it down, you've got to make sure that you've got it there. And then you're just going to add glue to the tabs. Don't go all the way to the top like I just did. I went a little too high, so I'm going to have to wipe that away in just a moment. And when you have it, then just press it down. See, I've got a little bit sticking out here. So just wipe away. And there you go. We've created our envelope. It's so easy, right? And then you can take your card and then you can go ahead and add it inside your envelope. It'll fit nice and perfectly. And then you can seal it, you can mail it, and you're good to go. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Be sure to like this video, come and subscribe to the channel, and I hope you have fun crafting. Thanks for watching.